Tonight, 20,000 Tigers fans pack Punt Road Oval to welcome home the Premiership Cup after a 37-year drought. Richmond transformed into Tiger Town with streets shut down and wild fans partying long into the night. A night to remember after a day Richmond players will never forget. Also, more infected patients come forward in Melbourne's measles outbreak. And the dangerous red light runners cheating death.
Live from our Melbourne headquarters, this is 7 News with Jennifer Kite.
Good evening. 20,000 members of the Tiger Army have welcomed home the Premiership Cup in an epic party at Punt Road Oval. Many had partied all night, celebrating their first flag in 37 years, a moment most could not even imagine a year ago.
They're among the most passionate, vocal and dedicated supporters in the AFL. And today, 20,000 delirious Tigers fans were granted the best introduction of all.
Tiger Army, I want to introduce you to someone. Meet Cup number 11.
For a club which a year ago failed to even make the finals, this was everything. For the first time in 37 years, the Tigers are premiers, demolishing the favourites Adelaide by 48 points in front of 100,000 people.
In 2017, we're the premiers!
Did you cry?
Cry? I went through a whole box of Kleenex. I'm not taking this off till next year.
After celebrating all night, Tigers fans began arriving at Punt Road at dawn.
Have you had any sleep at all?
No.
What time did you boys get here?
We've been awake since
I
last
haven't gone to bed yet.
And while they waited for the gates to open, they sang. By 10 o'clock, the line for one gate stretched up Brunton Avenue. Once more, the Tiger Army forced police to close the roads. They were allowed in at 10. And while they waited for the players, they killed the time by watching the game again.
Go Tigers!
Dusty haircuts were everywhere, and not everyone had youth as an excuse.
I got it way before the finals.
The lineup for merchandise was staggering. The club was hoping to raise $1 million through sales of Premiership T-shirts, stubby holders and copies of the game itself.
I think I'll watch it every day for the next year.
CEO Brendan Gale, who now famously sobbed through the final quarter, was overwhelmed by the turnout.
It means so much to so many people, and we're just so proud to make them feel so good about themselves.
When many were last year calling for coach Damien Hardwick to be sacked, Gale stood firm. But not even he dared to dream this.
If someone had said at the start of the year going to be premiers in 2017, I wouldn't have believed it.
By 1 o'clock, it seemed every inch of Punt Road Oval was filled with a Tigers fan. And finally, the players who delivered them their longed-for glory emerged on stage. None received a bigger roar than this man.
Dusty Martin!
Dustin Martin won a Brownlow and the Norm Smith medal, but refused to be singled out.
I'm so proud of all the boys. It's awesome, that's the main thing.
This wasn't simply an achievement of 22 men on the ground, but an entire community, rebuilt from the 90s when it was in danger of folding to now a powerhouse AFL club.
You deserve a round of applause. You inspire us. We play for you and we applaud you.
For so long, these fans have had little to celebrate, enduring years of frustration and heartbreak. But not in this moment. This moment is pure joy.
We're strong and we're bold for it.
And the celebrations will be long and loud. Laurel Irving, 7 News.
And Richmond was transformed into a true Tiger town, with thousands of jubilant fans flooding the streets for a night-long party. Most fans were well behaved, but for a few, their wild celebrations ended with a night in police custody.
With emotions running high and thousands let loose onto the streets, it only took a few hours for things to get out of hand. Spurred on by the ecstasy of their historic win, the celebrations in Tiger Town became increasingly rowdy. Some fans set fire to Adelaide Crow's merchandise, while others fell victim to the escalating violence, with a number of assaults marring the night. But for the most part, the fans were there for the fun. Swan Street was transformed into a sea of yellow and black as the faithful marvelled at just how far they'd come.
I was only 4 years old when our last premiership, so happy, so happy.
The pubs were packed to the brim, with those who couldn't get inside making their own fun. Man of the moment Mick Malloy was mobbed as he made a brief appearance, the elation of the Tiger Army almost impossible to contain.
Been with my dad for so many years, going to the footy, and then to share that moment with him, we both shed a tear. It was absolutely unbelievable.
The game was won hours ago, but the celebrations are still in full swing here in Swan Street. And what better way to mark such a historic occasion than with a dusty haircut?
King's Domain were one of 2 local barbers offering free shaves, though some did need a bit of encouragement to get the job done.
I made a post on Facebook saying that I'd do it, and I'm just thinking, hey, why not? The Tigers won.
This morning, some more permanent tributes were already underway, proving there's no greater feeling for fans than finally getting to paint the town yellow and black.
How can you beat that? How can you beat it? There's no way.
Estelle Greepink, 7 News.
Richmond Premiership players are being treated like rock stars by their adoring fans. None more so than Jack Riewoldt, who's set to go down in grand final folklore after belting out a rock anthem on stage with the Killers.
This is the definition of a killer night.
You want to do a little bright side with Jack Riewoldt?
All of Jack Riewoldt's boyhood dreams came true on the one day. Even coach Damien Hardwick couldn't believe his full forward was belting out Mr. Brightside in front of 50,000 with one of the biggest rock bands of the 21st century.
I was actually sitting up at the coach's box with the old man when that happened, and I looked down and said, bloody Jack.
I've heard him sing. He's got a horrific voice. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Better full forward than singer, you're right. Oh, it's a fantastic moment.
The Killers have sold more than 22 million records worldwide, performing in 50 countries. And according to Wikipedia, Riewoldt is now an official past member of the rock band. Even lead singer Brandon Flowers tweeted, "The guy in the yellow had a hell of a night."
I knew they were playing and I'm a massive Killers fan. Dreams come true, eh? Win a flag and then get up and sing with the Killers. That was awesome.
From the MCG, the triumphant Tigers went straight to Crown, where they showed off the cup to their families and long-suffering supporters.
Number 4, Dustin Martin.
The Norm Smith medalist's mum, Kathy, says she always knew her little boy would one day win a Brownlow and the premiership.
I really wanted them to win because I wanted Dustin to live his fairy tale at 26, and he ended it with the premiership, so he's got his fairy tale. Very inspiring, and I'm one proud mum.
When the official proceedings wrapped up at Crown, it was off to Club 23 before Bond Bar, where they partied till the sun came up.
Yeah, being a rock star is pretty cool.
Sean Sowerby, 7 News.
What a victory. Well, hundreds of young footy supporters of all clubs were given a chance to live out their own grand final fantasy. The annual MCG Open Day is a rare opportunity for a bit of kick-to-kick on the hallowed turf.
And just trying to kick goals like Buddy Franklin and just living the dream.
Yes, I've kicked a couple already, so that's pretty good.
The free event also gives footy followers a chance to see usually off-limits areas of the stadium. And adding insult to injury to disappointed Crows fans, many faced long queues and delays at Melbourne Airport. An Optus technical glitch caused intermittent disruptions to Virgin check-in desks around the nation.
It was huge. The line was right back to the international terminal.
Unbelievable. I had about 4 hours sleep and absolutely stoked and happy to wait a bit longer if I need to. We're waiting 35 years for this one.
Virgin apologised for the delays, saying it's working to prevent it happening again.